Lincoln lost. If I told you that everything, your finances, your relationships, your purpose, your mindset, could begin to transform in just one single day, not a year, not 10 years. Lincoln lost one day, because the truth is your entire life can change the moment you make a non-negotiable decision. The question is, will today be that day? There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide who they're going to be. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. That moment, that line in the sand, is not about setting a goal or making a resolution. It's about making a you decision with finality. A decision that leaves no backdoor open. Lincoln lost. No plan waiting in the shadows. No excuse left to hide behind. Lincoln lost. That kind of decision, the kind that sets fire to your doubt and burns your bridges to the past, is the first and most powerful step toward changing your life in a single day. Lincoln lost. You see, most people wait for clarity before they commit, but they've got it backwards. Clarity doesn't come before commitment. It comes because of commitment. Lincoln, you decide with unwavering certainty that your old ways are done, your mind clears up, your emotions settle, and your direction sharpens like a blade. Suddenly, all the distractions, the noise, the fear, they begin to shrink under the weight of your new standard. A man or woman who has truly decided cannot be stopped. Lincoln lost. You can see it in their eyes. There's no hesitation, no wavering, no halfway living. It's as if the universe itself starts clearing the path for them, not because they're lucky, but because they're certain. Decision with finality is a magnetic force. Lincoln lost. It draws in the people, the resources, the opportunities, and the energy that were always out there waiting for someone bold enough to say, it ends today. I'm done with the excuses. This is who I am now. And make no mistake, this doesn't require a perfect plan. It doesn't require more time, more money, or a permission slip from the world. It requires you to declare war on your own indecision. That's the real enemy. It's not your past. It's not your circumstances. It's the hesitation in your own heart, the waiting, the wondering, the hoping that someday, somehow, life will just fix itself. Lincoln lost, but it won't, because life doesn't change until you're due. This kind of decision feels like a personal revolution. It's loud even if it happens silently. It disrupts everything that was mediocre and forces you to become someone new. It demands that you kill off the old version of yourself, the one that tolerated, avoided, delayed, escaped. You don't negotiate with that version. You don't try to fix it. You end it. Final. Done. And when you do, something powerful happens. Your mind stops fighting you. Lincoln lost. Your emotions stop sabotaging you. Your focus sharpens. And most importantly, your confidence skyrockets. Not because you've already achieved the goal. Lincoln lost, but because you finally decided that you will. That's how people fix their life in a day. Not by fixing every external problem instantly, but by making the kind of internal decision that nothing can override. It's a line that says, each coup, this is the new standard. Lincoln lost. This is who I am. I don't go back. That's the kind of decision that rewrites your identity. That rewiring is the engine for every other change that follows. Lincoln habits start aligning. Your words change, your posture shifts, your energy rises. Why? Because you're no longer trying to be better. You've already become better in your mind. And the body, the behaviors, the results, they catch up. People spend years, Lincoln lost, sometimes decades, hoping life will get better. But life doesn't respond to hope. It responds to commitment. And when that commitment is absolute, everything else starts moving. And it all begins the moment you stop lying to yourself, stop compromising with your old patterns, and stop waiting for a convenient time. There is no convenient time. There is only now. Right now, you are one decision away from the future you want. Not 100 steps. Not a new year. One. Final decision. Lincoln lost, and that decision is yours. The reason most people stay stuck isn't because they lack talent, resources, Lincoln lost, or opportunity. It's because they're trying to change their life without changing their identity. They're chasing success with the same self-image that created the failure. Lincoln lost. They're trying to build a new future while dragging around an old version of themselves. And it doesn't work. You can't outwork who you believe you are. Lincoln lost. You can't outperform a broken identity. If you want to fix your life in one day, you've got to rewire how you see yourself. And it starts now. Everything you do is filtered through your identity. Your decisions, your standards, your discipline, your relationships. All of it. If you believe you're weak, Lincoln lost, you'll quit under pressure. If you believe you're undeserving, you'll sabotage every win. If you believe you're the kind of person who never finishes, you'll find a way to fall short, no matter how good the opportunity. But if you flip the switch, if you rewire your identity, even slightly, everything begins to shift. Lincoln lost, because your life is always a reflection of who you believe you are. Here's the truth most people avoiding: you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. Lincoln lost. You are not your failures, your pain, your addictions, or your old habits. Those were patterns, not identity. Lincoln lost, and patterns can be broken the moment you stop attaching them to who you are. The moment you say, me, that was me. But it's not anymore. You create space for someone new to emerge. That space is where power lives. The most powerful transformation begins with a sentence that says, "Woke from this day forward, I am," and you fill in that blank with who you must become. Not who you wish to be, not who you were told to be, but who your future demands. You declare it with such clarity and finality that every cell in your body starts believing it. Your brain starts rewiring. Your nervous system begins aligning. And suddenly, Lincoln lost what once felt impossible becomes your new normal. This isn't about faking it, it's about choosing it. Identity is not fixed, it's flexible, moldable, influenceable. But it will only change if you stop reinforcing the old story. Every time you say, well, I've always been this way, you seal the cement of who you were. But when you say, Lincoln lost, that was a version of me that no longer exists, the cement cracks. You create momentum. You begin to reclaim authorship over your life. One of the fastest ways to rewire your identity is to act like the person you've decided to become, right now. Not after you feel ready, not when it's comfortable, but now. Behavior leads belief. Identity is shaped by action. You want to believe you're disciplined, then do something disciplined today. You want to believe you're confident. Lincoln lost, then speak like someone who believes in themselves. Even if your voice shakes, each action writes a new line in the script of who you are. Lincoln lost. The mistake people make is waiting for permission, waiting to feel different, waiting until it makes sense. But change doesn't wait, and your future doesn't either. Lincoln lost. You've got to step into it before it's proven, before it's accepted, before you're certain. That's how identity shifts. Lincoln lost. You show up as the person you want to become long before the world agrees with you. And then one day, the world has no choice but to believe it. Lincoln lost. This is how you fix your life in a single day. You don't fix everything externally. You don't need to. You change the lens, the identity through which you see everything. Lincoln lost because once you rewire that, the rest begins to organize itself around the new you. You start making decisions faster. You set stronger boundaries. You expect more from yourself. You say no to what used to distract you. You build new habits with ease. Why? Because your identity changed, and identity always wins. So today, right now, you get to deciding. Lincoln lost, who are you? And more importantly, who are you no longer willing to be? If you're serious about changing your life in one day, then you must be willing to take a ruthless, honest inventory of your current reality. Not the filtered version. Lincoln lost. Not the story you tell others, but the real one. Most people avoid this part because it's uncomfortable. But you cannot correct what you won't confront. Lincoln lost. You cannot what you keep defending. Change begins where lies end. And sometimes the biggest lies are the ones we tell ourselves. Ask yourself, Lincoln lost, where are you truly falling short? Not based on what you think you should say, but based on the gap between your potential and your performance. Where are you playing small? Lincoln lost. Where have you settled? Where have you allowed mediocrity to become normal? These questions sting, but they save lives. They wake you up. Lincoln lost. They bring light to the parts of your life you've kept in the shadows, hoping no one would notice. Not even you. This inventory is not about shame. It's about clarity. Lincoln lost. It's about getting so radically honest with yourself that excuses evaporate. Because until you're honest, you'll keep treating symptoms instead of causes. Lincoln lost. You'll rearrange the furniture in a burning house. You'll call it progress, but deep down, you'll feel the truthing you're stuck in motion without movement. And once you see the truth, you've got to act on it. Immediately, not next week, not when the timing is better. Because clarity without action is poison. It turns into regret. Lincoln lost. The moment you realize what needs to change, you must do something about it. Or your brain learns a dangerous lesson that awareness doesn't require responsibility. Lincoln lost. And once that pattern takes hold, you begin to numb yourself to the very truths that could have freed you. Don't wait for perfect steps. Just take a step. When you see the lie, Lincoln lost, break it. When you see the weakness, confront it. When you feel the resistance, lean into it. Because every minute you delay is a vote for your old life. Lincoln lost. Every hesitation is a brick in the wall that separates you from your potential. But action, fast, focused, imperfect action, tears that wall down. Lincoln lost. It sends a message to your nervous system, to your subconscious mind, that you are no longer who you were. This is not about doing everything in one day. Lincoln lost, it's about doing the right thing. The hard thing, in one day. The thing you've been avoiding. The conversation you've been putting off. The habit you know needs to end. Lincoln lost. The commitment you keep breaking. You know what it is. You've known for a while. And now is the moment to finally act on it. People talk about motivation as if it's something you need before you move. But motivation is the result of movement. The more you act, the more you believe. The more you believe, Lincoln, you act. It's a cycle. And it begins when you stop waiting to feel ready and start doing what needs to be done. If you want a new life, Lincoln lost, you have to become the kind of person who acts without delay. not impulsively, but decisively. Lincoln lost, the kind of person who waits for the world to catch up or for conditions to be perfect. Lincoln lost, the kind of person who hears the voice of truth inside them and moves, even if the road ahead is uncertain. Lincoln lost, most people are walking around with their foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. They say they want change. Lincoln lost, but they're still protecting the very things holding them back. They say they want success, but they're unwilling to let go of what's comfortable. Lincoln lost. If you want to fix your life today, you must remove your foot from the brake, rip off the bandage, burn the excuse, break the habit, and move. Lincoln lost. Immediate action doesn't mean reckless action. It means aligned action, action rooted in clarity. And you get that clarity when you stop lying to yourself. Lincoln lost when you take full responsibility for the gap between where you are and where you could be. You don't need more time. You don't need more information. You need to be honest. Lincoln lost, and you need to act. Because one moment of brutal clarity, followed by one act of bold action, can create more momentum than months of vague effort. Lincoln lost, and if you're willing to do that today, your life will never look the same again. People believe that change takes time, that building a new life must be some slow, drawn-out, decade-long process. But that's not the truth. Time doesn't heal all wounds. Time doesn't fix your discipline. Time doesn't build your future. You do. Lincoln lost. What really changes your life is not time, it's focus, it's intensity, it's urgency. When those call-eye time bends, it collapses. Lincoln lost. And things that would take others years start to happen for you in days. But that kind of progress only comes through focused discipline, not scattered effort. Lincoln lost, not distracted trying, not wishful thinking, real transformation, the kind that rewrites your future in one single day. Demands that you bring all of yourself to this moment. Lincoln lost excuse without escape. It demands that you narrow your aim, eliminate the noise, and channel your energy into one powerful direction. Lincoln lost. Most people are not disciplined because they've never truly focused. They've spent their energy bouncing between shiny objects, reacting to everything. Lincoln lost, chasing 100 things and finishing none. Then they tell themselves they have a discipline problem. But they don't. They have a clarity problem. They've never trained themselves to say no, to lock in, to cut away everything that doesn't align with their mission. You want to collapse time. Get ruthless with your focus. Decide what actually matters and remove everything else from your day. Quit negotiating with distractions. Stop entertaining temptations. Lincoln lost. Discipline becomes natural when you eliminate the options that weaken you. It's not about trying harder. It's about making fewer decisions and better ones. Lincoln lost. The fewer options you allow, the easier it is to stay aligned. Some people will call it extreme. Some will call it obsessive. Let them. Lincoln lost. Most people never touch their potential because they're too busy trying to look balanced while living broken. If you want to fix your life today, Lincoln lost, you've got to get serious about what you're willing to sacrifice. You must become unavailable to what used to tempt you, used to distract you, used to rob you of your future. Lincoln lost. That's what discipline is. It's devotion in action. And here's the secret: focused discipline is not about grinding 20 hours a day. Lincoln lost. It's about showing up with full energy and intention for the hours you would all have. You don't need more time. You need to master the time you already waste. A few hours of laser-focused effort can outperform a full week of scattered effort. And those who move like this, who work with precision, who think with clarity, who act with purpose, they separate themselves fast. When you live like this, time starts to bend in your favor. People around you will think you're lucky or gifted, Lincoln lost, or somehow skipping steps. They won't understand that you've simply stopped wasting time on things that don't matter, that you're no longer feeding your old patterns, that your urgency is real, because your vision is real. And that urgency is what makes the difference. People wait until life forces them to change, until the pain is too high. Lincoln lost until they lose the job, the relationship, the health, but by then they've lost time. Why not choose urgency now? Why not decide today that your future is worth the intensity? Lincoln lost that your dream is worth the discipline, that your legacy is worth collapsing the timeline. Every great begins with a choice to stop tolerating the slow path. Lincoln lost to stop pretending you have forever, to stop letting someday be your plan, because the truth is, time is only your enemy if you waste it. Otherwise, Lincoln lost. It's your most powerful ally, especially when you combine it with deep focus and relentless discipline. You don't need more days to become the person you were meant to be. Lincoln lost. You need one day where you get clear, get disciplined, and give everything. That day can be today, but only if you're ready to stop waiting and start building. Lincoln lost, so here we are, at the edge of the life you've been waiting to live, not someday, not after everything lines up, but now. In this moment, Lincoln lost, you've been handed the most powerful truth: you can fix your life in one day, not by changing everything outside of you, but by changing what's within you. Decide with finality. Burn the bridge to who used to be. Rewire your identity. Become the version of you that your future demands. Take ruthless inventory. Get honest. Lincoln Lost. Get uncomfortable. Then move. Collapse time with focused discipline. Cut the noise. Create urgency. You don't need a miracle. You need a non-negotiable decision, backed by faith action, by intensity. Because the reality is this: your entire life changes the moment you do. So make today the day. Draw the line and never go back.